Hello guys, welcome to another video of me healing normal dungeon here in Cataclysm. This is Blackrock Caverns and I am Athena, your Resto Shaman guide. So, for today I had in mind doing this normal dungeon. Apparently this group already was here because they cleared some trash, and as they told me, their healer left in the middle of the charge. But nevertheless, I'm here now, so I can help out. We're waiting here for the tank to come up, and then we'll start with the boss. The boss is the guy with the two maces just coming right out, and as far as I know, for the tank, it needed to be tanked here at the first brazier to your left. So the first one, somewhere around there, because if you pull the boss too far away, you'll pull also the mobs behind. But since this is the normal one, it shouldn't be so much problem. Now, about the healing, there's nothing much to do here as a healer, like dispels or stuff like that, you know. Just heal, but there are some mechanics that you should be aware of. First of one is this chain. So see this one in the middle with the skull? You need to destroy that as fast as you could and then run away. I tend to run too far away, and I hope, yeah, everybody else is move also. The second thing is those little earthquakes on the ground, and basically that's it. So the faster you clear the chain, faster you can get out. I think on the heroic version of this boss it's kinda faster, so DPS really should pay attention to this one. But as a healer there is nothing much to do. Avoid the little earthquakes on the ground and try to run away as far as you could from the chain. Okay, now we are waiting for our friend Raz to clear the mobs so we can continue. About the mobs, there is nothing too much to think about. However, those guys, the bigger guys, they hit like a truck, so pay attention to that. But in the end, it's not that much hard. Unfortunately, when you are leveling and when people are getting geared, it's kind of rough to heal because everybody is lacking something. Tank stamina, you need better heals, I guess. So yeah, it can be challenging to finish the dungeon even on normal. Okay, there's also a pack of mob. But really on these mobs there is nothing much to tell about. On heroic, however, they hit really hard. Even the little one, the big one I don't want to even mention. Anyhow, some of the guys kill these mobs, some of them skip. Honestly, for me personally, I would like to kill it, because eventually somebody's gonna pull. Or you have to wait ages for him to move out and then to pass by. We are clearing those mobs just before the boss. And afterwards we'll continue that corridor down below. But let's first kill the boss. Now, about this boss. It's even easier than the previous one. See this beam coming to me, the purple one? You should stay and pay attention on the minimap. I have a stacks. They are currently 22, 23, 24. So pay attention to those and then don't get over 80, I would say. When you get 80 of them, just move out, go to the center, to the wall in the back, and that's it. So the thing is, if you get 100 buffs, stacks of this buff, you'll become the enemy. And then that's a vibe, especially on the heroic. Anyhow, the other thing that I didn't mention because we killed it too fast is the interruption. So you see, if you have the DBM, the DBM will tell you what to interrupt and when. if you have that possibility as a healer to interrupt as I do with the winds here, please do so, help out the guys. Why the hell not? And that's it, about its boss, nothing much to tell. Now we are going here and just straight down. Like me loot because I'm greedy. There's a big guy. Also there's, watch behind is also a big guy, but he's not coming up. But if you pull this guy too low, you'll pull the other one too, and that can be challenging. But not for these guys. These guys are pro. Moving on. So more trash to clear. As they're clearing, me healing. Please, if you have any comments, thoughts, suggestions, anything that could help me out, please let me know in the comments. I will be glad to see them and reply if there is anything to reply on. But yeah. Also worth mentioning, I'm doing this in my head. I don't have any script, I don't read anything, so my videos are kind of fun because my tongue sometimes tremble and I have issues, I guess. Anyhow, about these mobs. Some greedy tanks tend to do both of them in the same time, so it can be rough, but yeah. It's not it shouldn't be the big deal. Basically, when you kill the mob, these gooey things that are white remains white, but when the mob is alive, they're fire and they're attacking. So maybe focus the elemental fires first, and then you'll be good. Behind is the boss. So about the healing this boss, there is really nothing much to do it. It will do the AoE damage, so if you have AoE healing spells, which you should, focus them, I guess. And basically that's it. For the tanks, they need to just put the tank in the middle, in that fiery tube, and when he gets a stack, see this little shield around, then you can do the damage. If he doesn't have it, he won't receive any damage. The cons of that is that when you put the boss in that red tube, he tends to do AoE damage. So as long as he's there, he's doing damage to the raid. If you can hold up to the dungeon, not raid, sorry. If you can hold up, that's good. If not, just pull it out and kill it other way. When he has a stack. When he's off the stacks, you cannot kill him. Okay, about this boss, about these mobs here, nothing to declare except they're really harder than the heroic. I had the pleasure of meeting them. About these guys, these can be naughty. So the thing about those guys is to try to stack with the rest of the group as tight as you can, because they are casting the meteor. The meteor hits really hard, but that damage is shared with the people around you. So if you have anyone with around you, you can soak that damage. It's still a damage, so you need to heal it, but if you are not in the group with the people stacking, it can be one shot. So this is the last pack as far as I remember before the boss. But there is always chance someone pulling additional mobs. But yep, this is where my tank decided to leave. And as I watched this video before I started recording, 10 seconds later on we'll get the new tank. Okay, here's our friend tank, so we can continue. Pay attention, there's possibility that you can pull these little guys and the tank with them. That's not a good idea. For the little mobs just before the boss, I can call them, I think, mini bosses. Just pay attention, there are two things. There's the breath, don't stand in front of it, and there's pods on the ground. That's it about moving. Just try to heal AoE, I think, because this is melee group and they tend to stand in the fire. Which is, I guess, okay, because they cannot do the damage, but the trick is the tank needs to move the mobs as he's trying to do here, so yeah, basically that's it. There is also one more little guy behind the boss, but I never saw anyone doing it. So yeah, we are focusing on this tree. Just keep in mind, it's visually, don't stand in fire, it hits a lot. And yeah, try to avoid the breath. About the boss, there is a knockback that you need to pay attention to, but on the other hand, he will just push you back, and a little damage, that's okay, I guess. But the more important thing is that this boss do the fear. So, if you have anything about that fear, like the tremor totem as I do, or have, I don't know, spell that can prevent the fear, please use it here. Unfortunately, the tremor totem is kinda not so good on the Cataclysm. The thing is that it's on the cooldown like 30 seconds or so, so you cannot cast it whenever you want, and it won't last as long as other totems, and that's bad, I guess. The good thing is about the tremor totem that you can cast it while you are already affected with the fear. So there are more of these mobs. Just try to stack because they do the meteor thing and will hit you really hard, and basically that's it about the mobs. There is nothing else to do it. And for the next boss, which is just in front of us, it's kinda tricky, and I hope you manage it. Basically you would need someone to kite the mobs away from the boss. However, this is normal, so maybe it's not that important as it would be on the heroic. Yesterday I really had a fun doing this on heroic. We wiped so many times. Even I needed to go to repair. So I like here to put the heroism bloodlust on the very start of the fight. If you have the grounding totem, slowing totem as I have, or some sort of is that just kite them and that's it. Nuke the boss. Basically that's it. Thank you guys for watching.